Okay, so this is worksheet 8-4, number 9. Worksheet 8-4, number 9. Okay, what do we do first on these problems? Factor. So let's see. 3x and x. Got to get to 8 and got to get to 11. So 2 times 4, maybe. Let's see, they're both minus. No, 8 and 3 is 11. So 8 and 1 is 8. Negative 8, negative 3 make negative 11. Okay. 3x minus 8, x minus 1. In the bottom, oh, that's an easy one. A equals 1, everything's positive. X plus 5, x plus 2. I don't know if that's good or bad. So, let's start picking on people here. Madeline, how about domain?
Is it negative 5 and negative 2?
So, yes and no. I need more than just...
Oh, it's not.
Correct. It's the opposite of negative 5 and negative 2. It can't be negative 5 and negative 2. Madeline, why can't we use negative 5 and negative 2? Madeline, do you know why we are throwing out negative 5 and negative 2?
Sorry, those are
okay.
the vertical asymptotes.
They are the vertical asymptotes. You're jumping ahead. But even before we get there, why can't I use negative 5 and negative 2? I'm looking for something more basic. You're going like further than I'm asking. Does anybody know what I'm trying to get Madeline to say? It make the bottom 0. You can't divide by 0. So you're giving better answers. I was looking for a more basic answer. I can't divide by 0, so x can't be negative 5 or negative 2. And so Madeline told us they're both vertical asymptotes. Ava, how did we know that there's not any holes? Right. Holes are the factors that cancel. So no canceling factors means no holes. Oh, I'm going to graph as I go here. So negative 2, negative 5. That's probably why this question was asked, because with 2 vertical asymptotes, sometimes the stuff in the middle gets confusing as to what's going on in there. Ella, for the ha or the saw, that's what happens at the ends when x gets really big. What's going on here?
Horizontal asymptote.
Yes?
Is y equals 1.
Horizontal asymptote, yes, is y equals
1.
Is it top no, bottom o, or equal co? What case are we doing? Equal co.
Oh, 3.
There you go. So, equal co, the degrees are equal, so we use the coefficients. 3 over 1 is where that 3 comes from. So, y equals 3. Okay, x-intercepts. X-intercepts. Molly, how do we find x-intercepts? Y equal to 0. Molly, before I write too much here, what makes a fraction equal to 0, the top or the bottom?
Top.
The top. So I don't even have to worry about the bottom, because it doesn't matter. For this problem anyway, or for this part of the problem. Giant.
Wait, slanted asymptotes can be crossed, right? Like
Slanted and horizontal asymptotes can be crossed. Yes. Never vertical, because we can't have those values because they would make the bottom 0. Horizontal and slant asymptotes tell us what's happening as x gets really big. So when x is not really big, they can be crossed. Okay, so x-intercepts, things that make the top 0, that would be 8/3, comma 0. It's kind of weird. And 1, comma 0. Wait, am I doing something wrong here? That feels weird. It's positive 8/3, right? So that's, something doesn't feel right about this graph. 2 2/3. 1, 2. What have I done wrong, if anything? Because I'm thinking this should look like that. Alright, did I factor these right? Positive 8, negative 11, 3x squared. Good with that. X plus 5, x plus 2. Can't be negative 5 or negative 2. Y equals 3. X-intercepts would be what makes y equal 0. So 8/3 and 1. So 1 and 2 2/3. Okay. Man, something doesn't feel right. We'll keep going, see what happens. I may end up plotting points to see what's going on here. Y-intercepts would be where x is 0. Probably easiest to do before you factor. So that would be 4/5, 8/10. So 0, 4/5. Man, this looks weird. We're going to keep going because I don't think I've done anything wrong yet. Okay, table of values, because I really don't know what's going on over here. Let's try x equals negative 1 and see what happens. Factored form, not factored form. Negative 1's pretty easy to deal with, so I'm going to go not factored form. So that would be 3 plus 11 plus 8 over 1 minus 7 plus 10. So that's 22 over 4. 11 minus 7 is 4. So that's 5 2/4, 5.5. 3, 4, 5.5. All right. Weird. But I'm getting closer to that asymptote, so I feel like, okay, I guess I'm going to bend back up toward this asymptote, which makes me think I should plug in something over here just to make sure it heads that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 or 5. I'm going to go 5. This is a weird one. I usually don't have to plug in a lot of points, but got to here. I plug in 5. I'm going factored form now because I don't want to do 3 times 5 squared. So factored form, if I plug in 5, 15 minus 8 is 7. 5 minus 1 is 4. 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 2 is 7. Oh, that's really nice because the 7's cancel. And I get 2/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2/5. Man, I would really like to be approaching that asymptote quicker, but I guess I'm not. I'm bailing out. Calling in the calculator. You won't have a calculator on the test, but just this one's so awful. I feel like I've done something wrong. X squared plus 7x plus 10. Let's see. Yep, that's what we thought would happen over there. And in fact, it's going up really slowly, so Okay, so that's terrible. All right. Also weird is my graph didn't show anything on the other points. But I know that if I'm going up on this side of the asymptote, I'm going to be going down on the other side. So I know it's going to be going down over here. I don't have any more x-intercepts, so it's going to be, well, I'm supposed to get a point, so I guess let's get a point. Let's plug in -3. And my guess is it's going to be off the graph because it didn't show anything on my calculator. Goodness, this is a terrible problem. I'm going to cheat and just say it's off the graph and below. Same thing on the other side. It's going to flip up to the top. Probably off the graph because I don't have anything. Let's plug in at least one more to make sure we're doing this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, goodness. 18 minus 8 is 10. -6 minus 1 is -7. You'll be able to do all these little math problems in your head reasonably quickly. -6 plus 5 is -1. -6 plus 2 is -4. So -70 over 4. Let's see, that's 35 over 2. So that's 17.5. -17.5. Nope, I did that wrong because this would be negative. It's super positive. I messed it up, but it's, yeah, you're not going to have one that bad on the test. I mean, it's doable, but that was awful. 12 minutes later, what an awful problem. I'm just debating whether I even want to post that video. I guess so, because someone else will get stuck and wonder why it's so bad.